Kevin Smith
Okay.
on the ground. So out of the defensive changes tonight from last night, Anthony Santander in right field and J.C. Escara and Fernando Richmond comes out to be the DH.
Well, thank you, Paul. So
Lucy and Binghamton. He went 8-7 with a 3.15 ERA. Tonight is just his 28th career professional start. Losing 2020 took a lot of developmental time away from this left-hander. This 24-year-old still very inexperienced in the pro game. Did pitch for 3 years at the University of Georgia, where he was very successful, 18-7 with a 4.17 career ERA. So he'll deal here to Archimedes Gamboa to get the game going. The wind in the opening pitch and a fastball just a little bit off the outside. Ball one. Great to be with you here tonight from Bowie. That pitch looked like a strike from here. Here's the 1-0. And this fastball in there at the knees at 91 miles an hour. And the count evens 1-1 here to Gamboa. Smith was a 7th-round draft choice of the Mets in 2018 as he beats Gamboa with a fastball on the outer part of the plate. He grazed it into the glove of Hudgens, strike two. In fact, Smith was the 200th pick of that 2018 draft. He delivers inside and high with a heater. Gamboa leaning back away from that chest-high fastball in. 4 fastballs right out of the gate here for the left-hander Smith. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. He grazed it into the glove of the catcher Hudgens. He beat him with a heater. Right over the heart of the plate. Strike 3. And now Josh Stephen. Smith struck out 4 in 4 2/3 innings in his first start of the year. But for a Baysox pitcher, that is a very pedestrian number. These Baysox are striking out batters at historic rates. The pitch and a fastball strike in the outer half. And they count 0-1 to the left-handed hitting Stephen, who is 0 for 10 with 5 strikeouts in this series. The wind and the 1-strike pitch now. Swing and a miss over a hard slider down. The Baysox staff has struck out 98 batters into tonight in 8 games. So if Stephen goes down in the first, that would be the 100th strikeout of the year by a Bowie pitcher. And we're not even 10 games in. The 0-2 coming and a fastball upstairs. Stephen lays off of it. And that is more than 12 strikeouts per game. You only get 27 outs. That count 1-2. And here's the pitch. And a breaking ball is inside. Maybe a bit low as well. 2-2 here the count to Stephen. In 2019, Class A Delmarva set a South Atlantic League record for strikeouts in a season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, tap foul, rolled back to the backstop. And I'll tell you, Bowie might be putting up a historic season in that regard if this continues. 2-2 the count. I mean, we're early in the year, but if you're striking out a batter in an inning, that's something. That would be 9 batters per 9 innings. As here's the 2-2 pitch. And there's strike 3 looking. No doubt about it. A fastball that had a good chunk of the plate at 93 miles an hour.
Batting third, center fielder, number 38.
And 2 down. Consecutive strikeouts to start another ball game in Bowie. And here is Matt Vierling. Vierling had a big night last doubles. And hitting .333 on the young season here for Reading. Right-handed batter stands well back in the box. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike of the knees. And right now Smith is really spotting up beautifully here. Hudgens is setting the mitt and not moving it at all. Infield playing to pull the 0-1. And Vierling lifts a high foul pop out of play to the right side. In fact, here you've got Vavra well up the middle at second, but Escara I mean, Escarra right here is 35 feet off first base defensively. I mean, he's that far. He's over a third of the way to second. The wind to the 0-2 pitch. Swing at a line drive foul down the right field line. And curling actually a deep fly that lands on the rooftop of the Baysox clubhouse area. No score. We're just underway. Top of the first. 2 outs, nobody on for Reading in the game's opening inning. And Smith has struck out consecutive batters with the fastball. The 0-2, and he bounced a breaking ball there. That was the old 57-footer. And the count is 1-2. Veerling last night had 2 doubles, and you forget about it in a 9-3 defeat for Reading, but he made a leaping catch to rob Rutschman of a double, crashing into the center field wall as a slider bends down low. Good breaking ball there. Under the knees, though, and the count is 2-2. That pitch has a lot of downward movement, not just cutting in on the right-handed hitter. The bottom dropped out of it. Here's the next one. Swinging a chopper to short. Charging Grenier, gloving on the run. A snip on the infield grass. He fires out Veerling. He got the speedy Veerling by a step. What a nice play by Grenier. Reading goes down in order, and a half inning in. It's Reading nothing. Bowie will bat when we return.
The Reading Fightin' Birthday Party Package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit ReadySetReadBerks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Your team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call at 301-577-1021 or find out more about how we can help you at dcaimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems. Office technology made easy.
Your home, the 2015 Eastern League champions. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
Great first inning on the hill from Kevin Smith. And now Bowie's turn against this left-hander Taylor Lehman. The first time the Baysox face a left-handed starter this year. So Terran Favre will lead it off, second baseman, followed by big league rehabber, right fielder Anthony Santander. The DH batting third, Adley Rutschman. It's Dorian, the cleanup hitter, at third. Jalen Ferguson in center bats fifth. Escarra at first hit sixth. Caden Grenier at short bats seventh. The 8-hole hitter, catcher Chris Hutchins. And Zach Jarrett in left field bats ninth. As here's the pitch. And Favre takes a fastball down. And the count 1-0. So how about Vavra last night? He was 3 for 5, and the 2 outs were even as impressive. He lined out sharply twice. The 1-0 pitch, and a fastball up and in, and they count 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Vavra's been outstanding, hitting .304. He also hit his second home run of the year last night. He's homered twice in 3 home games here in Bowie. As Lehman is ready to go. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And Vavra swings and chops one near the bag at first. It stays fair for Tatum. And he gloves the second hop, takes it to the bag. And Vavra retired, one down.
Fielder, number 12, Anthony Santander.
And a nice ovation here at Prince George's Stadium for the former Baysox and current Baltimore Oriole, Anthony Santander, who will play this weekend for Bowie. Santander, coach or manager Brandon High, I should say, mentioned today that Santander has to go through COVID protocols after rejoining the Orioles upon a successful rehab stint in Bowie. So it'll probably be a week from now before he comes back to Baltimore as a fastball. This is up and away. Ball 1 here to Santander, who was a very unique ball player in major leagues. As Lehman is ready. 1 out, nobody on, no score in the first. The left-hander throws. And a breaking ball misses in. Ball 2. You see, when the Orioles selected Santander in the major league phase of the Rule 5 draft, he was only a single-A ball player. He had played in Advanced A Lynchburg in the Indians organization. That meant he had to go from single-A to the majors. The pitch, swing and a chop ball, deep in the hole and short. Gloving Gamboa, long sidearm throw in time. And Santander retired and 2 down.
The designated hitter.
And now Adley Rutschman will come to the plate and get a rare at-bat here this season right-handed. So Santander ended up being placed on the disabled list, and he made his Double-A debut as a big league rehabber. When does that happen? In 2017. He then was up with the Orioles from August into early 18, and they had him locked up so they could send him back down, option him to Bowie. As here's Rutschman the pitch, and a first offering just low with a fastball. Yeah, it makes me think about it with Rutschman. Everyone's saying, is Rutschman going to play in Double-A, or is he going to start in the bigs or in Triple-A? Well, it is so rare to have a baseball player not play in Double-A and go to the major leagues. As Rutschman lines a foul straight back out of play on a fastball in the count 1-1. Now here is Adley, who almost certainly would have been a Baysox in 2020, starting his 2021 here with Bowie. Hitting .200, but he's got a .385 on-base percentage. He's walked 5 times in the last 2 games. Pitch, and a breaking ball chop foul outside third in the count 1-2. Now, Rutschman's had a good series overall. Once again with 5 walks. And he's made 7 outs in this series. He's 2 for 9, but he's got 5 walks. And one of those 2 was a long homer to right center. No score, bottom of the first. The pitch, swing at a lifted pop fly foul. And out of play to the right side. And the count remains 1-2 here to Rutschman, batting right-handed against the left-hander in Lehman. Now, many would say that Adley's had a tough start to the year, 8 games in, but his OPS on base plus slugging is .818. And if you're above 800, that's really outstanding. But he's doing that while hitting at 200. So it's very unique, the start Rutschman has had. He's hit for power, and he has had a lot of walks. 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a high pop on the infield. Foul ground first base side. Tatum is over with room coming back towards the field of play. And a step in foul ground. He makes the catch. And Lehman works a 1-2-3. Bottom of the first inning.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Fills attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins Team store or rfills.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the EXP Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. EXP Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. EXP Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Your front seat to the rising tide of the Orioles prospects on their way to Baltimore. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
Now, score, we head to the second inning.
Daniel Brito.
Daniel Brito, the cleanup hitter, will bat here, left-handed batter, against Kevin Smith. Bowie will put the shift on. 3 infielders to the pull side, the right side of the infield, as Smith gets ready to go to work. We've thought a lot about the 24 runs Bowie has scored in this series, as there's a called strike on the outside. But, Paul, what about the 4 runs the Baysox have allowed in 3 games? As Smith is ready to go, the left-hander winds and deals, and a breaking ball bounces in front of home, and the count 1-1.
Yeah, you talk about the defense, too, that Bowie is, no errors last night. They did commit an error in each game previously to last night, but still, the defense, you see Patrick Dorian at third.
The 1-1 pitch, and another breaking ball bounces before home. Check swing, Brito did not go, ball 2.
Just the way that this defense, Dorian, the bare hand, plays down the line, that's so hard to do, and he makes it look so easy.
The next one, and Brito gets jammed by a fastball in, and it's fouled away to the left side. Yeah, last night it was a 4-3 Baysox lead in the 5th inning with Reading threatening. And you look back at the game, Reading had made a big base running mistake. The Baysox had made some great plays in the field. It could have easily been the other way, as there's a fisted foul back to the screen on a fastball up and in, and the count 2-2. Bowie has just been the more solid team here this series in every way.
And those are the little things that shift the game, because if those things don't happen, Reading scores, you don't know how the rest of the game plays out.
The pitch, and a fastball down and away, ball 3.
If you shift things and it goes back to where Reading ties the game, they take a 5-4 lead, who knows if Bowie then comes back and scores all those runs later in the game. It's just a totally different dynamic.
Here it comes, and another fisted foul back to the top of the screen. Well, Smith has had very good fastball command in the early portion of this game, and he's really getting in on the hands of this left-handed batter, Brito. I think that's a quality that stands out about Smith. As here's the pitch, and he lost him with a fastball off the outside, ball with a leadoff walk, and a well-earned walk and a long at-bat there. And now the first baseman, McCarthy Tatum, will come to the plate. You know, in the 90s, in that great era of Atlanta Braves baseball with pitchers like John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, they were so famous for just being able to work and extend the outside portion of the plate. And it felt like everybody in baseball was trying to do what they were doing. As there's a fastball a little bit up, just under the letters for ball 1. And for a while, you felt like in the game of baseball, that especially with the powerful, that steroid era as well, if you tried to work guys in, you were working in a dangerous position to get beat as Smith throws over to first. But the game has changed now, and I think Smith is an example of that. He seems like a pitcher that is very good at working to the inside part of the plate.
Yep. Get in on those hands, make the batters try and turn it around.
Runner goes, swing and a long fly to left field. Jarrett's going back. He's going to look up, and it's out of here. And for a first time in the series, Reading has the lead. McCarthy Tatum has hit his second home run of the year. They have both come in Bowie, and Reading is on top 2-0.
Talk about turning around a pitch.
Batting sixth, left fielder.
Left center field, it hit off the Budweiser sign, just under Tatum's name on the scoreboard out there in left center field. And here is Madison Stokes, the left fielder to bat. As Smith is ready to go, here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one at a fastball. So it wasn't Eddie Murray in Game 5 of the 1983 World Series, but it was a long home run there from Tatum. As here's the 0-1, and a breaking ball in there at the knees, strike two. Of course, Eddie Murray at the old Veterans Stadium hit his name on the video board, or whatever they called it back then, the Jumbotron. World Series, the clincher, is a breaking ball. Gets a wave and a miss from Stokes, right over the top, and a nice bounce back from Kevin Smith. So for the rest of that game, Eddie Murray was named Eddie Murray.
The light bright go out?
Yeah, the M was gone. As here is Dalton Guthrie, who's been the leadoff hitter for the first parts of this series, we're batting seventh here today. Guthrie, a right-handed hitter, close to the plate. He's had a very tough start to the year. As a fastball strike on the inside, it's 0-1, and he's 0 for 12 with 6 strikeouts in this series. When you stand on top of the plate, as there's another fastball strike on the inside, you're asking the guy, the pitcher, to try to beat you away in a way, so because you can still reach that part of the plate. You're almost coaxing him, saying, try to beat me in, but Smith can do that. He throws, and a breaking ball bends down low for ball one. But Dalton Guthrie just not getting on base right now, a 206 on base percentage, and that's why he's dropped to 7th in the order today. You got to get guys out of the top of the order. The pitch, breaking ball, tap foul right on top of the plate. Almost looked like Guthrie may have hit that ball twice.
Yep. Smith does have 3 strikeouts, but he's thrown now 34 pitches through just an inning and a third.
And he had a very quick first inning, but I'd like to look back at that Daniel Brito at bat. That was a long at bat. How many pitches was that one? 1, 2. Oh, did he hit him? He did. Tried to work him with that fastball in again. He had him set up for it, but Smith goes too far in. And a hit by pitch. And now a run around with 1 down, and here's Nick Matera.
8 pitches in that at-bat.
That was the big one, an 8-pitch walk. And then immediately following on a 1-ball, no-strike delivery, Tatum with a home run. And they're trying to put Guthrie away with a count 1-2. He hits him. So Smith, who has really looked very sharp early on as far as his fastball command the majority of the time, has had a few pitches hurt him here. Here's the pitch. Johnson on the outer half. Strike one here to Matera. Matera hitting right at 200, but he is just getting in. 3 hits and 15 trips. As here's the next one, and it's off the outside. A fastball, and the count now 1-1. The usual starting catcher for Reading, Rodolfo Duran, went on the injured list today, injured 2 nights ago here in Bowie. The shift is onto the pull side as Smith with a changeup misses off the outside in the count 2-1. Now Matera's playing in his 5th game in what is game number 10 for Reading. As a look to first and back standing is the runner Guthrie. Hudgens is catching. It's Dorian at third, Grenier at short. Vavra is on the shortstop side of the bag. He's the second baseman. As Skara holds on Guthrie at first. Right side of the infield wide open. As a breaking ball. And tap foul at the plate in the count 2-2. And with nobody on the right side, Matera was trying to pull it.
Yeah, he was. They had shifted him over, and now the infield goes back. At least a little bit.
Yeah, Vavra back to the other side. But it's interesting that Matera, I mean, he didn't look like he was trying to hit it to the right side at all there. The 2-2 the count. As Smith now comes home. Fastball, Matera lays off of it. A high heater, ball 3. Well, already a costly walk, a hit by pitch, and now a full count to Matera. And he's going to look back the runner in Guthrie with a throw over. Guthrie is a very capable base stealer. And with a 3-2 count, it would not be a surprise at all if he's running with this pitch. He has not attempted a steal this year as of yet. Runner goes the pitch. Very low, ball 4. And all of a sudden, Smith is laboring here. Consecutive free passes. And now the 9-hole hitter, Luke Miller, will step to the plate. And we'll see Justin Ramsey come on out to talk things over here with Smith. And Bowie is getting a left-hander up and throwing. Tyler Irwin in their bullpen. Well, Baysox fans, Anthony Santander rehabbing all weekend in Bowie. That is the plan for right now, so make sure to come out to the ballpark. Tomorrow, I'm going to double check here. Tomorrow, a 6:35 start, and then Sunday afternoon will be a 1:35 first pitch. Get those tickets online right now at Baysox.com as the Baysox continue to host Reading here in their first opening homestand of the year. And Paul is setting us up for what he says is going to be a big crowd on Sunday afternoon.
I hope the Baysox fans don't let me down after all the promotion I've done to sell this one.
Well, we almost had a socially distanced sellout on opening night on Tuesday. What a crowd that was. As here is Luke Miller, big spot early in the game. Guthrie's dancing off second the pitch. Fastball, cut and a miss, strike one. That's a borderline pitch near the outside corner, maybe even off of it. And Miller swings at it after consecutive free passes given prior. Miller hitting .250, 2 home runs, 3 driven in on the young season. The next one. And he takes an off-speed pitch down. And the count evens here 1-1. Miller from Muncie, Indiana. The home of Ball State University. And actually a member of the Washington football team, Ryan Kerrigan. Longtime Washington player. As a fastball misses inside. Count is 2-1. I thought you were supposed to play basketball in those parts. Muncie, Indiana. I'm talking about a baseball and a football player. 2 runs are in. 2 men are on. Only 1 man is down. As Smith throws. Fastball chopped towards the middle. Grenier gloves. Flips. They get the out at second. A beautiful play by Caden Grenier. A lunging play to his left. He couldn't get much on the flip. It ended up a very high arcing flip. But they get a big out at second base. And runners are at the corners, 2 down. And here is Archimedes Gamboa.
That goes back to the defensive prowess that we were just talking about an inning ago and how much this defense is picking up the pitchers and picking up this offense to keep them in games. If that ball goes through, it's at least 3-0. But instead, here we are, 2-0 and 2 outs in the inning.
And Grenier just looks spectacular at short. As here's the pitch. And a fastball misses inside for ball 1. Here to Gamboa. Hey, you know, early in a game, you just don't want to give up that big inning. And, of course, Bowie has been putting up big run totals here early on this year as a fastball down and in, and the count is 2-0. Let me do some quick math here. The Baysox, coming into today, have scored 50 runs in 8 games. So that is more than 6 runs a game. That's outstanding. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a high pop on the infield. It's Dorian on the infield skin in fair ground to make the catch. And with it, the inning is over.
What does it mean to bank local? It means community. To guide you through milestones. Convenience of our mobile. Manage your accounts remotely. The family and friends. Turn your card placed. Then it. Ready with the team. Visit Tompkins Line or at Started. Member Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la an initiative B with identities the country. Reach out to these. Represents more. Lucha 4. Slates to fight. Also signifies a fighter. Wrestler. Logo pays trip. Notable elements. Luchador's Man Pagoda, 23 Sun running the Latin and Puerto Rico down the bridge of the Air Tower. 8 serves as with first facade. Our train track of the historic and along baseball teams. Baseball town's rich fans can look as players Luchadores de Rizzies on throughout the season.
There's nothing like having the orange and black back in Bowie in 2021. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
While this young left-hander, Taylor Lehman, facing Vavra, Santander, and Rutschman, worked an 11-pitch 1-2-3 first. And now he works with a 2-0 lead as he'll face Dorian, Ferguson, and Escara here for Bowie. Great to have you with us here for Baysox Baseball.
The third baseman, number 4.
Now, Paul, I don't know if I should say this, but should we tell the Baysox fans what happened in the first series of the year? I kind of want to just not say it, but I think I got to say it. As Dorian standing in. By the way, Dorian's hitting .417 with 4 homers. The pitch inside. That almost hit him. That almost untucked his jersey. But he gets out of the way. The count 1-0. Well, I think Patrick's been pretty comfortable in the batter's box early on this year. And Lehman trying to take away a little bit of that comfort. As the young, tall left-hander with the severely mismatched jersey comes home with it. The pitch and a breaking ball strike on the outside. And the count is 1-1. Okay, Paul, I'll tell him. It was a 6-game series in Altoona. Bowie won the first 3, but they didn't win again. They lost the next 2, and then we got rained out. Mother Nature got one. As here's the pitch, and a fastball in there, the knees. They've gotten that low strike tonight. Dorian didn't want that or didn't like that call. And they count 1-2.
So is it like soccer, hockey? You get a point from Mother Nature, rained out.
I mean, you can't really fault Bowie for not winning Sunday, right? Count is 1-2 here to Doria. And here's the pitch, and a breaking ball. He pops it up on the infield. Brito, the third baseman, standing and waiting on the infield skin. He barely moved, and he made the catch. And one retired. I mean, Brito could have been in a lawn chair there, and I think he would have caught that ball. And Jalen Ferguson will now step to the plate.
And Lehman has it working here early. Doesn't have a strikeout yet, pitching to contact, but a couple of weak pop-ups and a couple of fairly easy groundouts.
You know, Lehman had a very good year last year in the Phillies, or in 2019 in the system. But he was a pitcher that really struggled in college. As here's the pitch. And a fastball striking the inside. And the count is 0-1. But he was always very toolsy. Out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, did pitch in the very highly thought of Cape Cod League after his junior year with Catuit. As here's the 0-1 pitch. And, just missing in a fastball. They count 1-1 here to Ferguson. Lehman, though, at Penn State, 4-year pitcher, had a career record of 5 wins and 23 defeats with a 5.90 ERA. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Ferguson. He wasn't thinking single there. Ferguson playing in his 9th game. He's 4 for 28 on the year. Does have 5 walks, though. Baysox, everyday center fielder. That's been a special position for Bowie players over the last few years. Here's the pitch. Inside with a fastball. And the count 2-2. That was up and in a bit. Right around the hands as Ferguson pulled the hands in towards his chest as that pitch sailed by. The only hit in this game so far, a 2-run McCarthy-Tatum home run. Lehman throws, and a changeup chopped foul. Boy, Ferguson squared it up, but he was just out in front by a bit. And the count remains 2-2 here with J.C. Escarra, who was one of 3 Baysox to homer last night in their 9-3 win. He's on deck. Lehman trying to make it 5 in a row retired to open the ball game tonight as time is called at the plate. Ferguson playing in all 9 games now to open the year. Here's the pitch. Swing and another high pop-up. Very shallow right. Guthrie, the second baseman, out. It's Steven calling and fighting off the sun to make the catch on the run. In and to his right. And there's 2 down.
That late afternoon, early evening sun monster is brutal in right field.
Number 23, J.C.
I like that. The sun monster. It almost got him. They can eat you up at first base a little bit here, too, on some throw-overs. As here is Escarra. Now 2 home runs on the year. He hit the first Baysox home run of the year, and he hit their most recent. As Lehman delivers, and a little cutting breaking ball strike on the outside. And they count 0-1 here to Escarra. Like Adley Rutschman, he's been piling up the walks. He's got 6 walks in 7 games, and half his hits are homers. Fastball lifted in the air. He got under it to right. A soaring fly to right field. Steven back. Now coming in, and he beats the Sun Monster again to make the catch. Bowie goes down in order. That's 3 more fly ball outs for the Baysox. We go to the 3rd. 2-0 Reading on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Spend some quality time with the family out to a ball Sunday home Energy Stadium. Is our Burke's Family Fun Day by Classic Park. Get 4 hot dogs for only when purchasing Burke's Packing and Operated, located specialized and spend more. Burke's Packing Sundays as all season at First Energy. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Stadium to Prince George's Stadium. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
Wait for your pup.
Great to be with you tonight in Bowie. Reading has the early lead in this one as the Baysox look for a fourth consecutive win. So it's Bowie trailing Reading 2-0. And now for the call in this third, here's Paul.
Well, thank you, Adam. It's Josh Stephen, Matt Vierling, and Daniel Brito, 2, 3, and 4 to face Kevin Smith, who has thrown 48 pitches, 27 for strikes, but Smith labored in that second inning, allowed a 2-run home run. Daniel Brito reached on a walk. McCarthy Tatum then took him deep to left center field. Josh Stephen takes outside for ball one, and we're underway here in the third. Both of those runs scored on just the one hit, the home run, the only hit registered in this game so far. The 1-0 now to Stephen. Tails back, but it's too low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. You see Kevin Smith on the mound featuring that 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a slider, and the changeup. 2-0 pitch now in, and it's grounded down the first baseline. It'll stay fair weekly to JC Escara. And that's the first out of this third inning. In the top of the We've seen Kevin Smith fall behind, and it puts so much stress on you as a pitcher when you fall behind batters early, especially when you're falling into those 2-0 counts. You don't work back with a strike, but there is a strike, and it's even at 1. A foul ball down the first baseline. Luckily, didn't hit a fan on a screaming liner. It was a little 3-year-old maybe. Gets a souvenir. A ball and a strike with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Vierling in the 3-hole tonight. Batting for the second time. The 1-1. And there's a tailing 2-seamer inside. 91 miles an hour. Smith pitching off the middle of the rubber out of the wind-up here. Taran Vavra at second base, pinched up toward the middle. The 2-1. And that one brushes back Vierling inside. 3 balls and a strike. Yet again, it's Smith working behind. Putting pressure on that left arm in a delivery. In the 3-1. And it's low at 90 miles an hour for ball 4. That is walk number 3 from Kevin Smith. Not doing himself any favors on the pitch efficiency tonight. He is now up above 55 pitches. And we've often seen these pitchers get up to around the 70, 75 mark, these starters, before they are removed. That's how they've began the season. Not too much of a leash here for Kevin Smith. Check on over to first to Vierling. He's back in time easily. And it's Daniel Brito, walked and scored on that home run in the second inning. He draws the shift from the infield. Caden Grenier at short. He's over on the second base side of the bag. Left on left match up the pitch in, and it's right down the middle for a strike, and there is Smith working ahead with a strike. Reading scoring 2 runs in the top of the second. It's 2-0 Fightin' Phils as they look for the game set in game number 4. The 0-1 pitch, and it dives outside at 83 with that slider. Some late movement on it, but it brought Chris Hudgens out of his crouch to the left-handed batter's box. Sliding over to protect it, not allow Matt Vierling to get up an extra 90 feet. Smith checks on over to first. Back in time was the runner Vierling. Gaping hole on the left side of the infield. Patrick Dorian at third, shaded a little bit up toward where the shortstop would play. 1-1, there goes the runner. The pitch is low and away. The throw down bounces. The tag is kept on, but the throw is not in time. Vierling swipes second base. He gets up and walks it off. He might have been tagged hard on that one, but the throw bounced. It was a pitch that went low through the left-handed batter's box, or the right-handed batter's box, excuse me. Daniel Brito standing over there. But Hudgens had to throw, and he made it close. But with one out, there is now a runner in scoring position. Brito in a 2-1 count, still with the shift on. The pitch, check swing. Did he go? He did not. Adam and I have talked about how many times this year we've seen the base umpires call a check swing a strike. Not so in that case, and it's 3-1 with one down in the top of the third. Steady lead for Vierling off second. The pitch swung on and missed. A big cut. He was swinging to double the Reading lead, but instead came up empty, and a good challenge fastball to go up high with that one from Smith. See a lot of that. Hitters can't lay off that fastball. Grenier shades back over towards short. The 3-2 outside with 93. Missed by a hair, and that is for Kevin Smith. There is nobody warming in this Bowie bullpen.
McCarthy Tatum.
McCarthy Tatum was not robbed in that second inning. He barreled it up. He turned on it, just as we were talking about how these pitchers like to go inside. He got around quick. The 0-1, and it is fouled off the end of the bat to the screen. But it's difficult to turn around those pitches in on your hands, especially to get as much barrel on the ball as we saw McCarthy Tatum get. Those red batting gloves, gray pants, black tops with yellow sleeves. It's a alternate for the Reading Fightin' Phils tonight. And so far, it's paying off. Kind of reminiscent of the Padres uniforms, that mustard yellow. Oh, this one more of a SpongeBob yellow. The 0-2 fouled to the screen. I don't know if a yellow has ever been described as a SpongeBob yellow, but
what is a SpongeBob yellow?
It's exactly what I'm looking at. And for anybody watching on MILB TV, I would hope you'd agree. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. In the top of the third, 2 on the pitch. Another slider at 82, but it misses off the outer half. He is toying with the zone, but just not getting the calls. Tatum stays alive in a 1-2 count. Smith out of the stretch. Vavra up the middle, holding the runner on. There goes the runner to third. A long fly ball into center field. This will hang up to Ferguson. Having to go back to second is Vierling. The throw is in time. A double play. A line drive to center field into the glove of Jalen Ferguson. Running on the pitch was Matt Vierling from second. He was thrown out at second. He couldn't get back to the bag in time, and will go now to the bottom of the third.
There's no one better than AP Mascaro & Sons. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Patanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Actively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated.
Your home of the 2015 Eastern League champions. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We motor on now into the bottom of the third inning with the Bowie Baysox trailing 2-0, and trailing is not a word we have used to describe the Baysox very often this year.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 14, Caden Grenier.
The Baysox have not really had to fight back from too many deficits, but tonight the Baysox have not even seen a man reach base. 6 up, 6 down against Taylor Lehman, who has only thrown 23 pitches. And the first pitch to Caden Grenier is up and away for a ball. Lehman has not struck a batter out. Few pop outs and 2 ground outs. Grenier ahead in a 1-0 count, batting from the right side. The pitch up again, this one at 91 miles an hour. 2-0. The only hit in the game is that home run. McCarthy Tatum, a 2-run shot in the top of the second inning. That's the score differential. Taylor Lehman pitching out of the stretch, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. He went down and in on that one. Saw the back foot of Grenier give out as he swung through it. Big gap in left center field as Matt Vierling takes a few steps on the right field side of second base. 2 balls and a strike to the Baysox shortstop. The 2-1 called a strike on the inner half at 78 miles an hour. Not a hitter's pitch, that's for sure, but a pitcher's pitch. Lehman takes a deep breath, and in a 2-2 is ready to go to Grenier, and it bounces to run the count full. Mentioned the Baysox this year, 5-0 when scoring first. They do have 1 win from behind. In fact, it was their first win of the season. Bowie was trailing 1-0 going into that 9th inning before scoring 2 runs. Nick Vespi got the win in Altoona. Set the tone for the season. 3-2 pitch. Up and away, and Bowie has their first base runner. If you want to look at something
The catcher, Number 19.
that has
Chris
maybe been an
Hudson.
issue for the pitching staffs as a whole. It's been the walks. Be it on either side, the walks are something that I think are going to be a point of emphasis throughout the season as we've seen these walk totals climb and climb. Limit those free passes because they can come back to hurt. We saw it happen to the Baysox in the top of the second, a walk and then the home run. The 2-run homer instead of just a solo shot. Chris Hudgens for his first plate appearance. He's trying to tie the game, but a swing and a miss makes it 0-1. Hudgens hitting 154 on the year with a couple of homers. Big hole on the right side of the infield as McCarthy Tatum holds on the runner Grenier. And another swing and a miss at 93. A fastball running inside. Taylor Lehman is controlling his pace and his game. Dalton Guffring and Archimedes Gamboa. Double play depth up the middle. The 0-2. Foul to the backstop. And we've seen these Baysox hitters in 2-strike counts make some good contact, keep the at-bats going, and if nothing else, make the pitchers throw some extra pitches. They're not just going down consecutively. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. In fact, Taylor Lehman looking for his first strikeout of the night. The 0-2 goes off speed at 83 outside. On to that slider change there. But we went down in order in the first, down in order in the second. Still looking for their first hit. 1-2. Inside, nearly clipped him on the left arm. Hudgens gets turned around, and it's 2-2. That one very close to hitting Hudgens on that left side of his arm. Able to spin away in time. Now Grenier with a decent-sized lead off of first base. Bowie trying to tie the game. Tying run in the box. Behind 2-0. And the throw gets over the head of the first baseman, McCarthy Tatum, and up the right field line. Going to second is Caden Grenier, and it's a throwing error on the pitcher, Taylor Lehman, that allows Bowie to get their first runner into scoring position tonight. We saw Kyle Bradish have to work through one of those the other night in his start. Talked about that on a radio show today about how he was really frustrated that that happened to him. But here now, happening and flipping the script for Bowie as they get a runner into scoring position. Now there's a hole on the left side of the infield as a 2-2 pitch misses up and away to run the count full, and first base is open. Zach Jarrett waiting in the on-deck circle with nobody out in the bottom of the third. 2-0. Reading leading it on a beautiful night in Bowie, Maryland. Prince George's Stadium, the crowd milling around. Smell of the hot dogs in the air. Might be some cotton candy mixed in there too. The 3-2 pitch, breaking ball up and away, ball 4. And it's back-to-back walks, long at-bats to start the inning.
Number 10.
But the tying run is on base. The go-ahead run is in the box. You know, Adam, I mentioned to start the year as we see a mound visit go out there, I mentioned, and I wasn't being facetious about it, that going to a major league game earlier this season, it felt good to pay for an overpriced hot dog and pay for an overpriced beverage. It felt good. I said, here, cashier, take my money. I want to take my money.
Yeah, you know, we have been cooped up for a long time, haven't we? And it's been great that here at the beginning of this Baysox season that You know, in the months of April and May, you can have a lot of rain in this region, and we've been very fortunate here to start this year. I know the Baysox were rained out in Altoona last Sunday, but this has been a beautiful opening homestand to be able to relax. No heat, humidity this time of year. It's very comfortable to come on out with just a thin jacket and just all be together again and enjoy this customary ritual of what we. This is what we do. I mean, we go to ball games, right?
Corners of the infield in now as Zach Jarrett is up to the plate with two men on. The pitch taken for a strike, and I mentioned the concessions, and Bowie does have a new concessions partner this year. I mentioned some of the food at Major League stadiums, but here in Bowie at the minor league level, prices affordable, family fun, and a new food and beverage service at Prince George's Stadium that through the first few games of the homestand, we've received rave reviews about from fans that have visited the park. Foul ball over to the right side, but we have received countless reviews, and I'm not just saying this as a Baysox employee. I know that was a point of emphasis of something that the Baysox wanted to improve in their fan experience category here at Prince George's Stadium, and so far, so good.
Yeah, and we were ready to unveil that in 2020, and we're just unable to do it, of course, at that time. So it's been a long time coming.
The 0-2 pitch swung on, foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Nick Matera, and that is the first strikeout for Taylor Lehman tonight.
Second baseman,
It took him almost, it really did take him all the way one trip through the order. The ninth batter to come to the plate for Bowie. Finally, the first strikeout for the lefty on the mound. This is the first lefty starter that Bowie has faced this year. Taran Vavra at the dish with two on. Grounded out to first, his first time up. And he lines one back up the middle into center field. Coming around third is Grenier. Fielded by Vierling in center, and he fielded it so well that Grenier stopped at third. He was held up. A groan rolls through Prince George's Stadium as you hear the fans wish that manager Buck Britton would have sent the runner Grenier. But with Anthony Santander, the Orioles right fielder, playing in a rehab assignment right now, he'll be at the plate with only one out. You have to feel like with Santander and Rutschman due up, you don't want to have a run thrown out at the plate. So it is Santander who grounded out to short a hard hit ball. First pitch, swing and a miss, 82 miles an hour. They go inside with it. And he hit that, it would have been right in on his hands. No balls, one strike, one down in the bottom of the third inning. That was Bowie's first hit of the night. The 0-1, swing and a miss. He chased 81 miles an hour in the dirt. Santander behind 0-2. One away in the bottom of the third. Bowie trailing at 2-0. Tying run in scoring position. The bases loaded for Anthony Santander. The 0-2 pitch. And it is ripped down the left field line, but foul. Just over the Reading bullpen. Santander turned on that. He was too far out in front. Bowie in those home white jerseys that they've worn all four nights to this point. Santander will step back in, batting from the right side. Adley Rutschman on deck. One down in the bottom of the third, bases loaded. The 0-2 pitch from Taylor Lehman. And it is right down the middle, a called strike three at 95 miles an hour. Santander put the bat in his hands and promptly began walking to the dugout. He knew it. And we'll have to see if maybe he gets one more at-bat in this game. I would think he would.
Adley Rutschman.
Goal was to play him 5 innings tonight. We'll see if Santander comes back up one more time. But now it's Adley Rutschman's chance to be a hero. That was Taylor Lehman's second strikeout. Rutschman popped out to first base on a ball that nearly dropped. High pop up down the first base line. First pitch to him, inside, ball 1. Ball got a mile into the air, and it carried back into fair territory right at the end of its trajectory before falling into the glove of McCarthy Tatum. Bases loaded for Rutschman, who is the designated hitter tonight. The 1-0. Fastball inside. And one thing that Adley Rutschman has done extremely well this year has been to draw the walk and get on base. He's halfway to a walk. Rutschman with 8 walks on the campaign. The 2-0. Up and away, and that one drew Nick Matera out of his crouch. He had to leap to make that catch on a fastball. And now Rutschman a pitch away from effectively driving in a run. I'm not sure what it is about these pitchers against Rutschman. Although maybe it's just the talent. Maybe it's as simple as that. The 3-0, up and in, ball 4, and Rutschman walks on consecutive pitches to drive in the first Bowie run of the night. Rutschman on base again. He draws his 9th walk of the year. He is an on-base machine. You might not see it in his average, but you sure see it in his on-base percentage.
Now 6 walks in the last 3 games, and coming through after Buck Britton did not send the runner home there. Of course, in Hutchins, with less than 2 down, you get the big 2-out walk, and now Dorian gets a chance.
Patrick Dorian, who has been about as good as you can be through his first 7 games played on the year. He has scored a run in every game. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 2-1 the score. The pitch to Dorian, a check swing, and he took it, but it was called a strike. Dorian trying to tie the game for the Baysox or give the home team the lead. With 2 outs, a fly ball won't do it. It has to get down. The 0-1 to Dorian, up and in, to even the count at 1. Dorian has scored a run in all 7 games. He leads the team in home runs with 4, RBIs with 8, batting average at .417, runs scored with 9, and he leads all of AA baseball in slugging percentage and on base plus slugging percentage. Pretty good, if you ask me. A ball and a strike to Dorian, and he lifts it down the left field line, but this one is tailing foul. It had the distance, but it went off to the left. And now Dorian finds himself behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. A long strike. It got the hearts pumping of these Baysox fans. Can Dorian be the hero again? Trailing 2-1. The cleanup hitter in the lineup digs in from the left side. The 1-2 pitch, up and in. On the appeal, Dorian did check his swing. Decent sized hole on the left side of the infield. Archimedes Gamboa shaded up the middle towards second. Daniel Brito at third, playing slightly deep. Midway on the infield dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitch lifted down the left field line, but twisting foul onto that grassy berm area. No kids club members playing down there tonight. Count remains 2-2 in a battle between Dorian and Lehman. There is someone warming in the Reading bullpen. The 2-2 pitch, right down the middle, called strike 3. Dorian doesn't swing, and all 3 outs in the inning are recorded via strikeouts.
Together, stigma, community awareness, and the with RUO hope is to begin to show Berks care and hurts ever is here to raise awareness and identify you as a community. Beams and support intervention and 205 that's 636-530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient healthcare on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Money One Federal Credit Union. Better banking, better future. Your front seat to the rising tide of the Orioles prospects on their way to Baltimore. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
Well, Bowie had a golden opportunity there in the bottom of the third inning, and they left the bases loaded. Bowie had their best hitter so far this year up at the plate, Patrick Dorian, with the bases loaded. But the lefty starter for the Reading Fightin' Phils, Taylor Lehman, he got Patrick Dorian looking at a fastball, and thus concluded the bottom of the third. So it's the fourth inning, and it's 6, 7, and 8 due up for Reading. Madison Stokes on the first pitch, fouling one down by the Bowie bullpen. So we see the lefty up again, Tyler Irwin, in the Bowie bullpen. Madison Stokes struck out swinging in the second inning. He was the second strikeout victim, the third strikeout victim of the night for Kevin Smith. 0-1 pitch in there for strike. Madison Stokes waiting on the 0-2, the righty facing the lefty, and Smith loses a fastball up and away. Chris Hudgens behind the plate. We've seen Adley Rutschman behind the plate, but he gets a night off tonight. He's just the DH. The 1-2, swing and a miss. It's another strikeout for Kevin Smith, number 4. And that's the first strikeout he's recorded since the last time Madison Stokes was up in the second inning. Another swinging strikeout. 3 of the 4 strikeouts from Smith tonight have been swinging. He's getting those hitters to chase, although I think that would have been a strike anyway. Would have been close.
Agreed.
Dalton Guthrie was hit by a pitch and stranded at third, and he takes strike 1. And now, Adam, we see Smith starting to work ahead a little bit, whereas in the beginning of the game, he was falling behind in those 1-0, 2-0 counts. The 0-1. Check swing, but it didn't matter. 88 miles an hour for a called strike on the inner half.
Yeah, and they're really trying to work Guthrie in. Remember, he got ahead with that pitch and then hit him on a 1-2 fastball his first time up.
Now it's 0-2. The delivery fouled away. One down in the top of the fourth, 2-1 Reading. They lead it by just a run. Bowie saw Adley Rutschman walk with the bases loaded. Yet another walk for the star Rutschman. The 0-2. And it's lifted into left center field. This should be easily playable in left center. And calling off the center fielder Jalen Ferguson is Zach Jarrett. I thought Ferguson was going to go over and maybe take charge of that, but it was Jarrett who eventually saw the ball fall into his glove for out number 2.
And Buck Brennan's coming out, and here we are, 2 outs in the fourth, and I think that's going to be it for Smith. We might check that pitch count out, Smith. But Tyler Irwin has been warming a few times in the Baysox pen, and Bowie's going to make the move to the left-hander here.
We talk so much about 75 pitches, and that was 75 pitches.
From a unique. Visit our for more information.
When the red and hungry, we eat partners. While Missing's Bakery, pub and restaurant, Italian bake Napolitana, these railroad house Italian and Konya for Fightin' Phil's front or hungry on our staff meals from our but don't find out today for the Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at First Energy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
Coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
There's nothing like having the orange and black back in Bowie in 2021. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
The first batter that Tyler Irwin will face is Nick Matera. Nick Matera, he was a ground-out victim back in the second inning. He walked and then was thrown out on the base paths. As there is a pause in the action, the home plate umpire, Ben Phillips, turning around and looking into the field. I don't know what that delay was, but now we're good to go. Nick Matera, again, walked, and now he turns and burns on a fastball that went all the way out of Prince George's Stadium on the first pitch from Tyler Irwin. The second home run for Nick Matera on the season, and one pitch into Tyler Irwin's night. Welcome to the game, lefty Tyler Irwin. A long home run for Nick Matera, and it's 3-1 Reading.
Designated hitter, Luke Miller.
Here is the final pitching line for Bowie starter Kevin Smith. 3 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned.
Tyler Irwin trying to go in on him with a fastball, and Nick Matera taking it deep out to left field, racing into the woods. Now swinging at the first pitch, Luke Miller. And he fouls it down the third base line. It looked like he fouled it off his leg. He'll take a step and walk up the line a little bit.
Well, we got a final line in Kevin Smith tonight. 3 2/3 innings. He allowed 1 hit, 2 runs. They were both earned. He walked 4, struck out 4, hit a batter. He threw the 75. pitches. So kind of an unusual night. 4 walks, 1 hit allowed in 3 2/3 innings.
Second straight start for Smith that he has struck out 4 batters. Now in an 0-1 count, we see Luke Miller finally get back in the box after walking off that foul tip. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second and swings through strike 2.
There's also a left-hander warming here in the Reading pen, so I don't know how long Lehman has got left in this one either. He's thrown 3 innings in this game, so these starters, I mean, it's not a high-scoring game, but they are not going to be going very deep in this game.
The 0-2 pitch, and it is grounded to third. Charging in is Dorian on 2 hops, throws on the run, and he gets him. Dorian with another nice defensive play along the third base side of the infield. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Bowie now needs 2 runs.
Manor is an active scene on a 100 campus in the community and opportunity and fitness and musical peace of mind, healthcare, Cornwall Manor, residential choice homes. Welcome to visit. Chance to learn more information online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
New pitcher on the mound for the Reading Fightin' Phils. As you hear the phone ring at Prince George's Stadium, a call to the bullpen. Jonathan Hennigan, a little bit deceiving on the ERA.
Chesapeake Grill and Deli. Also offers
ERA this year sitting at 16.2. He has appeared in 3 games. He's thrown 3 1/3 innings. He has struck out 4 batters, but he has allowed 6 runs on 7 hits in those 3 1/3 innings.
Leading off the inning for the Baysox, center fielder, Jalen Ferguson.
And it's Jalen Ferguson, J.C. Escara, and Caden Grenier, the 3 batters at the minimum that will be at the plate in the bottom of the 4th, with Reading leading at 3-1. And, wow, a hard foul ball down the first baseline on the first pitch from Ferguson.
You know, the fact that Ferguson has played here in every game this year for Bowie has really stuck out for me. He's a guy that really hadn't played that much in his career. He's never played more than 53 games in a season.
And now he's on pace to play the whole year.
That's right.
Ferguson taking inside 1-1. But yeah, you see the longevity and a long season, and they've talked about how those Monday off days might alleviate some of that to give guys the rest to be able to play longer into the year.
Yeah, we'll definitely see a guy like Adley Rutschman play a higher percentage of games than in a usual minor league season.
1-1 pitch bouncing inside, and you see at the lower levels of the minor league game, at the short season level. Now, granted, a lot of those guys at the short season level play their college season, get drafted, then they go play at the short season level.
Certainly.
So they're still playing a lot of games in the year, but professionally, they're not playing nearly as many games. Then you move up to the full season level. before eventually going up, hopefully, to the major league level. The 2-1 called a strike at 92.
But the Baysox season previous to the pandemic used to be 140 games in 151 days. So in 5 months, you had 11 off days, and 4 were the All-Star breaks. So you really had, a day off a month.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside with a fastball. Now, how did you always schedule your off days? Did you say, okay, at 9 a.m. we got to do the laundry?
No, it was hibernation.
10 a.m. the bank.
It was like a bear in the winter.
3-2 to Ferguson, and it's a half swing foul ball down the first base line.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Sunday nights would get you. You do that 1:35 game, and you're like, oh, we got a night off, and you're thinking about what you're going to do that night, and then you just fall asleep at like 8:30.
And then all of a sudden, it's noon on Monday. 3 balls and 2 strikes to pitch. Back up the middle. A few hops to short. Gamboa down on it. Throw on to first in time to get Ferguson 6-3. You were talking the other night about the KBO and the 3 a.m. start times. That was a little more conducive to my pandemic sleep schedule.
Yeah, you were watching the beginning of the game, and I was waking up with a toddler and watching the end of the game.
That's true. I'd catch the first 4, you'd catch the last 4, we'd recap it together. At the plate, it's J.C. Escara batting from the left side. He takes ball 1.
The Mike Wright's team won the championship, the NC Dinos, and for the title, they got this big sword. It was kind of weird. That was their trophy. It was this enormous, almost like sword in the stone sword.
1-0 pitch, grounded foul into the box. One of the most unique things about the KBO, and now all of a sudden we've become a KBO broadcast here in the AA Northeast League, but KBO's teams are not named after the cities that they play in. They are corporate teams.
Yes.
So the NC Dinos, a company, I believe a technology company, and a lot of those, the Doosan Bears, though, are named after their home city, but we see a swinging strike from J.C. Escara.
We had another former Baysox in that league last year, one of our favorites, Tyler Wilson, a starter with the Twins.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. The pitch, low and inside, 2-2. Yeah, the KBO, that's American hockey fans love the Stanley Cup. And I would say that the Stanley Cup is one of the best trophies in sports, physical trophies to receive. As here's the 2-2 to Escara. A check swing. Did he go? He did not. Count goes full. But I would say that receiving a sword to put up in your office as a championship trophy would be very hard to beat, because if somebody says that they don't like that trophy, well, I don't want to be on the receiving end of that sword. So here's a 3-2 grounded foul down the first base line.
Yeah, you don't want to lay your head on the desk for a nap, right? I couldn't believe it. They're carrying that thing around, and here I am talking to my 1-year-old about it. Like, well, what do you think about that? But it was a very bizarre end to the KBO season in my eyes, for sure.
3-2 pitch, outside, ball 4, and it's another leadoff walk. Not a leadoff walk, 1 out walk for the Baysox. Jalen Ferguson was retired to begin the inning, but that is the 4th walk of the night.
Yes, and Escara now having a very 2021 baseball-esque line this year. That is his 7th walk of the year. He's got 2 singles. Where have all the singles gone?
It's Caden Grenier, and he takes strike 1. Get on base. Although at some point, I guess the counter-argument to that would be everybody gets on base, but then somebody's got to drive them in. Unless you're Adley Rutschman, you can just walk them in.
Well, when you go up to bat, a walk is as a good at-bat or a good plate appearance.
1 foul to the backstop.
But the approach of hitters undoubtedly has been to try to hit for power, and the approach of pitchers has been to try to pitch for power. So the age of pitching to contact or just putting the ball in play, we're just not seeing much of that in the game of baseball anymore. That's standing out to me here in Bowie this year like nothing else.
This one fouled down the left field line. A nice play made by Buck Britton, stepping on the ball with his foot and tossing it into the crowd.
How about that? I'll tell you this, though. That bottom of the third inning, Bowie gets a run in that inning. The inning probably went 15 minutes, and there was one fair ball hit. You had 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Vavra had the single to center. That's it, though.
0-2 pitch inside. Getting a text in, Adam, from Emily Messina, the broadcaster in Reading.
Yes. Hi, Emily.
Hello, Emily, listening to our game tonight. The Phillies played the last game of spring training in 2020 before COVID shut down the MLB season.
Okay.
Here's the 1-2 from Hennigan. Inside, there goes the runner to second, and into second on the wild pitch goes J.C. Escara. But Jonathan Hennigan was on the mound and threw the final pitch before baseball was shut down.
How about that? Now, that is something. That he threw the final pitch. I can remember that game. And I wonder, did they cut that game off midstream, or did that game actually come to completion?
That's a good question. Emily, how about a follow-up here? 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 1 out, a ground ball back up the middle. It deflects off of Hennigan. The throw to first gets up the line. A run will score. Coming in from third is Escara, going into second. And sliding in safely is Caden Grenier. When you put the ball in play, good things can happen. And Bowie cuts the Reading lead to 1. It's now 3-2 off of that hard-hit baseball from Caden Grenier.
Yeah, and that's going to be a single and then a throwing error on Hennigan, as that also allowed the run to score, no RBI. But Grenier's had a great game tonight, and this is what has hurt Reading in this series. The walk and now an error, and all of a sudden it's a 3-2 ball game. There's the tying run at second and only 1 down.
Chris Hutchins at the dish with the tying run in scoring position. And he takes a swing and he comes up empty. No balls and a strike. Runner in was J.C. Escara. Caden Grenier at second. Bowie left the bases loaded in the third inning. The 0-1. A swing and a foul ball. That one held on to by Nick Matera. And in scoring position is Caden Grenier. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jonathan Hennigan looking for a strikeout against Hutchins. Broken back grounder to second. Dalton Guthrie throws to first. It does move the runner over to third. Grenier now standing 90 feet away from the plate. But Hutchins is retired. Now with 2 outs. Getting another text in from Emily. And they did indeed, Adam, finish the game. And I'm going to give you a guess. What was the final score, Adam? It's a common theme this year for the Baysox.
All right, 8-4?
8-4. Phillies beat the Rays.
That's funny.
Finish up the 2020 spring training. Thank you, Emily. Zach Jarrett with 2 outs and the tying run on third, and he swings and misses at strike 1. He struck out swinging in third.
Yeah, Jarrett's had a good series, though. 4 for 11 coming into tonight with 3 runs. He's got hits in 4 in a row and 5 of his last 6 games. But not bad for a guy in the number 9 spot in the order.
The 0-1 low and in. Evens the count, a ball and a strike, 2 down. Bottom of the 4th. fairly slow-moving game, but not a lot of runs scored. Only 4 hits combined. The 1-1. Holds up on the swing. Did he go around? He did not, says the first base umpire. Ball taken low. Mark Potter warming. We've already seen him in this series. He's warming in the Reading bullpen. 2 balls and a strike. Jarrett, the number 9 hitter, breaks his bat on a foul ball straight back. Little chip off of that bat. In a normal year would be a souvenir bat, but not this year, I don't believe. Just some firewood. If that was a Patrick Dorian bat, it would pose a wildfire threat.
Wait, why? Oh, because it's so hot?
Of course.
That took me some time, folks. You notice, my name's Adam Pohl, and those 8 letters do not include the letters I or Q. It just takes a little bit longer.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down to Jarrett. Tying run at third. Bowie trailing 3-2. Long look in from Hennigan. The delivery outside. And the count is 4. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away, and maybe the biggest pitch to this point in the game. The pitch taken into left center field. If it gets down, it's a tying single, and it does. On 1 hop to Madison Stokes. A game-tying single from Zach Jarrett. And Bowie has crawled out of the hole. It's now Bowie 3 and Reading 3.
That's one of the main reasons why the Baysox are where they are right now early in this season. The depth of their lineup. And Jarrett coming through with another big hit for Bowie. And now we're going to see the pitching coach, former Baysox, Brad Bergeson, come out to talk here to Hennigan. But this might be a spot to try to allow the right-hander in Potter to get a few more warm-up tosses in, because Potter obviously has been getting ready for, a decent amount of time here. But, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Reading's about to bring in their 3rd pitcher of the night. It's interesting, both Reading and Bowie with these elongated rosters, now 28 active ball players. They've put all of the extra ball players, per se, right? The 3 added positions have all been pitchers. Used to be a roster would be 12 pitchers and 13 position players. And then recently, it was more usual to see 13 pitchers and 12 position players. And now you got 16 pitchers for both of these rosters.
And a pickoff attempt over to first gets the runner Jarrett going from first to second, and that ends the inning. Didn't even have to throw a pitch after that mound visit. That's an efficient way to get out of it.
Services of Brady Mascaro and Sons, the industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro and Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Sports Carlton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Bills.
X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
There's nothing like having the orange and black back in Bowie in 2021. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
Move into the fifth inning and back in for the play-by-play in a tie ball game. It's Adam Pohl.
Well, thank you there, Paul. So here we are, knotted up, a ball game where Reading feels like things are going their way. Irwin deals. And our first pitch is down and inside. Ball one to leadoff hitter, Gamboa. So top of the Reading order, Gamboa, then Steven, and then Vierling here in this fifth inning, the next one. And a breaking ball dies. Actually, that might have been that sinking offering down and in at 87. And they count 2-0. Irwin, one of the Baysox pitchers who was a big part of Bowie's 2019 team, as a fastball counted and missed. And they count out 2-1. Obviously, that was quite a season for the Baysox. And a lot of the ball players that did spend time with Bowie in that year came in the middle or latter portion of the year. As there's a soft liner to center, Ferguson in a few steps to make a chest-high grab. And one retired. But Irwin is really the ball player on this Bowie club that was with the Baysox for the entirety of that incredible 2019 campaign. The Baysox got off to a miserable start to that year and were able to come back. And really, at the end of the year, they went from being the worst team in the league to being the best, basically, in that 2019 campaign. The pitch, and Steven takes down and away. And they count 1 ball and no strikes. Delmarva was off to a great start, Paul, at the beginning of the 2019 season. It was the first week of May. The Baysox had just been swept in a series in Erie. Here's the 1-0. And it's just off the outside. And the count is 2-0. Steve Molesky texted me, outstanding Orioles writer and broadcaster for Masson. And Steve said, Adam, is Delmarva? As here's the pitch. And it's in there on the outside. And the count 2-1. He said, is Delmarva, are the Shorebirds the best team in all of minor league baseball? Do they have the best record? Not in the South Atlantic League, not in Single A. The pitch, and a foul on the ground, back to the backstop with a count 2-2. But of all 120 teams playing right now, a month in, is Delmarva the best? And all I could text him is, yes, they are, Steve, but I don't want to tell you who the worst is. It was Bowie. Pitch and a breaking ball, chop right side, well away from first as scoring gloves. Long flip to Irwin covering. They get the out. Nice play by Tyler Irwin there to cover the bag. And there's 2 down in the fifth. And now Matt Vierling to the plate. I mean, we were a month into the season, and the Baysox were the worst team out of 120 in the game. But they had great starting pitching. And when Mason McCoy joined that club in the first week of May in Altoona, everything turned around. And Bowie, I believe, was more than 20 games above 500 in the final 4 months of that year. It was really remarkable. The pitch and a breaking ball strike. And the count is 0-1.
I was just getting ready to say that you can really only go up.
That's
can only
right.
go up from there.
Yeah, the Baysox were something like 7-23. It was ugly. 0-1 the count to Vierling. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball cut and a miss. He chased one there right over the top, and the count is 0-2. Irwin, a 23rd round draft choice in 2016. He made 36 appearances on that 2019 club. Did have one outing in AAA Norfolk. And Irwin was outstanding. The pitch, and it's just a little bit in. That pitch was dropped by Hudgens. I think he was trying to frame it up on the corner. Irwin, 3-3 with a 2.43 ERA with Bowie in 2019. And, you even pull back furthermore. He's got a 2.50 ERA in his career. As there's a lifted fly deep left field. Jarrett going back, running out of room. And Verling has hit a home run. That pitch was down, and Verling, almost like he had a 7-iron in his hand, somehow got under it, and he lifts it up, and he lifts it out of here. And it's Redding back in front on their third home run of the night, leading Bowie 4-3. Boy, it's kind of rough here. Irwin has faced 5 batters, and when you watch him pitching pitch to pitch, you feel like he's throwing the ball very well here, but he's given up 2 homers. As here is Daniel Brito, the pitch, and a breaking ball strike right over. You gotta love Irwin's toughness. He's not gun shy. He goes right back at you, and they count 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a high fastball, strike 2. When you think about Division I athletics, the first school that comes to mind is a pillar of athletic greatness might not be New Mexico State. As a breaking ball grounded Winkley left side, cutting to his left, Dorian gloving the throw is hit high and they get the out, and that ends the inning. But Irwin, another Aggie, along with Kyle Bradish here for Bowie. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Bowie Baysox Baseball.
Well, we haven't had it much of late, but the Baysox trying to play from behind tonight. In fact, Reading did not lead at any point of the first 3 games of this series. Reading leads, though, 4-3. Here's Taran Vavra. Boy, what a quick, short swing Vavra has. He's a really fun ball player to watch as he takes inside and he gets hit by it. And he didn't get hit hard. In fact, he might not have been hit at all. And what I mean by that is that might have just hit his jersey. As Vavra's on, as Hennigan hits him with the first pitch of the 5th. So, I don't know, if you were a ball player, would you wear a tighter jersey or a looser jersey? I know in the NFL, you try to wear a jersey so tight that they can't grab it and pull you down. Here's Santander and the pitch. And he takes a fastball up and away. Ball 1. Anthony is 0 for 2 tonight. making his first rehab game back here with Bowie. But there, Vavra's fairly loose jersey paid dividends. The 1-0 pitch, Santander taking a strike, a fastball at the knees. So Anthony sprained his ankle on April 20th in Miami, where the Orioles have had a lot of injured outfielders this year. Austin Hayes, DJ Stewart, some of the really great ball players that have come through Bowie in the last few years as Santander calls time. And of course, Anthony, I believe he was injured on the bases in Miami. The count 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball, base hit. Through the left side of the infield between short and third. Vavra stays put after a long turn at second. And the Baysox are in business. Well, Paul, that's the expectation that Santander will exit after this year. Right? 5 innings is what we were told by second-year Baysox manager in Buck Britton. And now 2 men on, nobody out. And here is Rutschman. Baysox are getting activity going in their bullpen. As the left-hander Hennigan comes home with it. And Rutschman swings and misses at a fastball. And he was pointing Adley down towards the plate. I don't know if it is follow-through. I think it is follow-through. He hit the catcher, Matera, who was popping out of his crouch. Maybe was thinking about throwing back behind the runner at second in Vavra, something of that nature. And Rutschman ends up tapping him up, making sure he's all right. Count is 0-1 to Adley as the left-hander comes home with it. And a breaking ball dives down and in. A nice block by Matera up the third base line. And the count evens here 1-1. Rutschman this year has averaged seeing 4.3 pitches per at-bat. It was about a decade ago I started seeing that stat up on the wall in a Frederick Keys clubhouse. Many times the teams that see the most pitches per are the best. As a fastball is up and away, and the count 2-1. Just think about it. In theory, in the game of baseball, the starting pitcher is going to be the best pitcher. So if you're seeing a lot of pitches, you're going to get that starter out of the game more quickly. Yeah, Rutschman is a guy. I mean, he sees a ton of pitches. Here's going to be the fourth that he sees in this at-bat as he steps out for a moment. The amount of pitches per at-bat in Major League Baseball has been a stat that has been rising in years previously. As here's the 2-1. And a line drive foul. Watch out, everybody. On the Baysox dugout. They're standing on the top step, leaning over the railing. And they exited stage left very quickly there. As the count 2-2, that ended up hitting the fencing right in front of the Bowie dugout. Cued off of the end of the bat of Adley Rutschman. The lead runner, Vavra, off second. The trail runner, Santander, off first. They're going to try to throw behind Vavra, but he gets back to the bag standing. Redding is 4 runs on 3 hits with 2 errors. All 3 Redding hits, home runs. How about that? Bowie, 3 runs on 4 hits, and no errors here tonight. Rutschman, the DH, first time not in the field this year. As after a long pause, the left-hander comes home. And a fastball went off the outside. Ball 3. So Rutschman has had consecutive multi-walk games. You don't hear that often in this game of baseball. He walked with the bases loaded for his 6th RBI of the year, his last time out. And now 3-2 the count here. Hennigan sets, comes home. Swing and a lifted foul. A protective cut from Rutschman there on a fastball that looked like it was on the outside corner. And Rutschman lifts it up and out of play to the right side. Now Adley takes a moment, looks down at the barrel of his bat now. Steps back in and awaits. Hennigan The runner staying put comes home, and he lost him. Inside ball 4. The Baysox have loaded the bases with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And they've done it with only 1 hit. Rutschman has walked 2 more times tonight. And now it is Dorian to the plate, but he'll face a new pitcher. As here comes the Reading manager, Sean Williams, in his 2nd year. He'll make the move to the pen with the bases loaded and nobody out in this 5th inning. 4-3 Reading. Bowie looking to tie or take the lead.
First to note, Reading fighting up for the Insider Baseball Town receives Titans promote ways, special offers on tickets. Jump Town Insider. Fighting up for this newsletter. Town Insider. Loop today.
Tier and 5 speeds covers fastest. The introduced team sponsor day. Bills fans back to game days. Page is home to great bands such as the Truest Titans mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off season.
Looking for a place to have the ultimate family fun at the Titans game? Look no further than Geico Funland. Geico Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini putt golf, ring toss, and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Geico Funland. And thanks to Pete Shaw, your local Geico insurance agent, located at 2733 Paper Mill Road, Suite X3 in Wyomissing.
Imaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems. Office technology made easy.
Your home, the 2015 Eastern League champions. This is Bowie Baysox Baseball.
On the long side, Paul Fritchner, my name is Adam Paul. What a chance for Bowie. Last night, the Baysox led 4-3. Reading threatened in the 5th, did not score. And the Baysox then took off in a 9-3 victory. Right, here is Reading leading 4-3. Bases are loaded, nobody is out. And here's Patrick Dorian. Already 4 home runs, 8 driven in for Bowie this year. Against the new pitcher, the righty in Mark Potter. As a fastball lifted high in the air to right. Did he get enough? Stephen back at the track and the wall. It's out of here! Dorian sticks his hands in the air. Almost like Michael Jordan in the early 90s against the Blazers, saying, oh my goodness, I just did it again. He's a grand slam for Bowie. 7-4, the Baysox lead it. Wow. And all of a sudden, this game has turned absolutely on its side. I don't know if I've ever seen a hitter do that. You remember that, Paul? It might be before your time. Michael Jordan hit 6 threes, I think, and a half against the Portland Trailblazers in the 1992 NBA Finals. As here is Jalen Ferguson and a fastball strike, and he just put his palms up in the air and kind of said, you can't stop me. And when Dorian went around first, he did the exact same move right there, a la MJ, former minor league great, as a breaking ball off the outside, and the count 1-1. Remember, Michael Jordan played Double-A baseball, folks. The way Dorian's going, he might have to retire and go to the NBA G League for a year and a half, and then come back. This was a foul on the line, right back out of play, and the count 1-2. A magical start to the year for Dorian. And that was a soaring fly ball to right. And I don't know if Dorian thought that was going to get out of here. And it just kept carrying. On a night with almost no wind, a very cool evening in Bowie, the 1-2. And a fastball misses away. 2-2 to Ferguson. And it's another game here in which Bowie is scoring enormous amounts of runs. 7 runs on 5 hits. We got 11 runs on 8 hits in the game. The pitch and a breaking ball bends down low. Here to Ferguson, it's 3-2. We've got 8 combined hits in this game, and 4 have been home runs. But not all home runs are created equal. And that was an enormous one for the Baysox. Wow. A grand slam to right. The 3-2 to Ferguson. High fastball gets a swing and a miss. He couldn't get to it. And Potter bounces back with a strikeout. So that puts 5 runs on the line of Hennigan in 1+ inning. Mark Potter began the year at Class A Jersey Shore. And he got the call-up 4 days into the season here to Reading. This is, for Potter, his 3rd Double-A appearance. Jersey Shore is now high A baseball as a breaking ball strike. And the count 0-1. You know, it's interesting here in the changing configuration of affiliation to the minors. Double and Triple A didn't see too many teams jump around all that much as far as from one level to another. The pitch and a breaking ball strike. And the count 0-2, but with the Florida State League being made low A baseball, it's going to take some getting used to. Clearwater, the longtime advanced A affiliate of the Phillies, now low single A, and Jersey Shore, as there's a breaking ball grounded sharply but foul, first base side. Jersey Shore, the artist formerly known as the Lakewood Blue Claws. What's their name? They're the Jersey Shore what's?
That's a great. I was just talking to someone about Jersey Shore last night.
Let's ask our Google Lord. Mr. Google, what do you say? Here's the pitch, and a fastball misses in.
The Blue Claws.
Okay, they kept the Blue Claws.
They left it.
So they are the Jersey Shore Blue Claws, Mr. Google has told us.
Great logo. Fantastic logo.
And they are now high single A. Count 1-2 to Escara. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball line towards the middle, and it goes by the shortstop Gamboa, who has played perfectly up the middle for it. Charged the baseball, could not pick a skidding hop, and it goes cascading beyond him into shallow center. A sinking liner.
Shortstop, Kate Grenier.
And Gamboa kind of charging after it, could not get to it. And now Caden Grenier will come to the plate. We wait to see if that's going to be ruled a hit or an error. That's a tough one. 4 runs are in for Bowie, all off the bat of Patrick Dorian. A grand slam home run. As here's the pitch. Fastball cut it and missed. And the count is 0-1 here to Grenier. They ruled it a hit there for Escara. It's one of those where it turned into a tricky play on the short hop, but it's almost like he played it into a hit, if that makes sense. As here's the 0-1, and a line foul back to the screen. He didn't really charge it that aggressively, did he, Paul?
No.
And he didn't step back to try to play the hop bell tie with Escara, a first baseman running. He may have had time to throw him out. That would have been the best play if you were on the right side of the infield. So it kind of became a tweener for him, and that made it a very tough play. The pitch, and Grenier takes a fastball just a bit up, and the count 1-2. Caden Grenier. I'll tell you about Grenier. We talked early this year about how he played a lot of sports growing up. And you can tell he's got great footwork. He's such a natural athlete, especially in the field. As a throwback to first, looks back Escara. Don't you think, Paul? I mean, we saw it on that great double play ball where Grenier last night gloved it, spun around, and then made the flip.
Yes.
He's got incredible balance. 1-2 coming. Breaking ball cut right over the top of strike three. Now, Grenier, first time he's retired tonight. 2 down in this 5th inning. And now the 8th man to bat, Chris Hudgens, will step in. Off the bat, Paul, did you think Dorian's fly ball was getting out of here?
It just kept carrying, and the way these balls have been carrying tonight, you just felt like it had a chance the way Steven read it off the bat.
As a breaking ball just stays up high, ball one.
I couldn't really tell on the arc of the ball, but the way that Steven reacted off the bat in right field, he didn't really go charging after it, and that told me it had a chance. And a lot of times when you see the outfielders do that, it's because they're timing up their footwork to make a play at the wall. So I thought it at least had a shot to be close.
And it's off the outside, a fastball. Ball 2.
Because if you don't think it's going to get out immediately, the outfielders go charging after it. They don't want to run into the wall at full speed.
Inside. A fastball, ball 4, and Bowie's going to send them all to the plate in this 5th inning.